Good day. Welcome into the class of EDT812, Management of Educational Resource Center. My name remains the same, Dr. Adeyemi Adedapo of the Department of Educational Foundations, Faculty of Education, National Open University of Nigeria, Abuja. The topic we are going to discuss today is motivation. Motivation. We'll try as much as possible to discuss the concept of motivation, types of motivation, principles of motivation, as well as theories of human needs, that is Abraham Maslow's needs theory. Come along. I hope you will enjoy the class at the end of the interaction. Thank you. Welcome back into the class of EDT812, Management of Educational Resource Centers. My name remains the same, Adeyemi Adedapo. Today, we are going to discuss motivation. During our last interaction, we discussed on the nature of human resource management, where we discussed extensively on the concept of human resource management, functions of human resource management, as well as issues of human resource management. Today, like I said, we are going to discuss on motivations. We start with the concept of motivation, types of motivation, principles of motivation, and theories of human needs. That is Abraham Maslow's need theory. Also, the internal learning outcomes. At the end of this interaction, you should be able to define the concepts of motivation. You should be able to explain the influence of motivation on staff performance, as well as describe how staff morale can be boosted by the media center director. Come along with me. The concept of motivation. The concept of motivation. Motivation is the internal and external factors that stimulates desire and energy in people to be continually interested and committed to a job, role, or subject, or to make efforts to gain a goal. So motivation is a goal-directed behavior. Motivation is a goal-directed behavior. So to ensure that an organization functions efficiently and effectively in attaining its goals, there is every need to motivate its workforce in order to avoid deviation from the standard operating procedures. The success of any school system therefore depends to a large extent on the quality of those who perform its tasks leading to the set objectives, as well as conditions which affect their mental and physical health. The essential types of behavior. The essential types of behavior. 1, people should be induced to enter and remain within the system. They must carry out their role assignments in a dependable fashion. And they must be involved in innovative and spontaneous activity in achieving organizational objectives. Yes. Class activity 1. Class activity 1. I will advise you to just pause the video to enable you go through the activity. And the question is, what is motivation? What is motivation? Should be able to answer this welcome back. We have types of motivation. The 7 most important types of motivation are achievement motivation. Achievement motivation. Yes. This is the drive to pursue and attain goals. Any individual with such motivation wishes to achieve objectives and advance up on the ladder of success. We also have affiliation motivations. This is the drive to relate with people on a social basis. People with such motivation perform work better than when they are complimented for their favorable attitudes and cooperation. So it is often used where money cannot be used to motivate. So also we have competence motivation. The 3rd one is competence motivation. So this is the drive to be good at something, allowing the individual to perform high quality work. Persons with such motivation seek job mastery. They take pride in developing and using their problem-solving skills and strive to be creative when confronted with obstacles. We equally have a power motivation as one of the types of motivation. It is the drive to influence people and change situations. So people with power motivation create an impact on their organizations and are willing to take risks to do so. So also we have attitude motivations. So this is how people think and feel. How they think and feel. It is how they feel about the future and how they react to the past, as well as incentive motivation. So this one refers to a situation where a person or a team reaps a reward from an activity that has been performed. So it is the type of rewards and prize that drive people to work a little harder. So also we have fear motivation. The last one is fear motivations. So this one refers to coercion. Coerce a person to act against will. It is instantaneous and gets the job done quickly. So these are the 7 types of motivations. These are the 7 types of motivation. We have achievement motivation, we have affiliation motivation, we have competence motivation, we have power motivations, we have attitude motivations, and then we also have incentive motivations, and lastly, peer motivations. So it now leads us to principles of motivations. Types leads us to principles of motivations. Principle of participation. So motivation is concerned with the cause of behavior. So why people act, speak, or think the way they do. So we have principles of participation. The staff is involved in decision making and in matters which affect them directly. The more the staff become involved, the more they are prompted to help in achieving the objectives. If a school head involves the staff in decision making, he nevertheless remains accountable for taking the final decisions. And for results. So, principles of participation. So the staff is involved in decision making. So also we have principles of communication. Principle of communication. If the staff are informed about the objectives and the results achieved, they are inclined to cooperate more and feel that they are part, that is, they are members of the staff, of the group. But if the staff do not know what they are supposed to be achieving, they will show little interest and have little motivations about the work. So we also have principles of recognition. We equally have principle of recognition. So with this principle of recognition, we all want our efforts to be acknowledged. We all want our efforts to be acknowledged. So with the principle, all want our recognition is needed to maintain the communication levels. So if a member receives the necessary recognition and work satisfaction, he is inclined to work harder. Hand recognition brings a feeling of satisfaction and should not be leveled immediately after giving a positive recognition. So recognition should be given to the staff members as a person and not just as a human resources. So it's very, very important too that most recognition should be given to staff. So recognition is needed in order to maintain the commitment level of staff. So also we have principle of delegated authority. It's also one of the principles of motivations. So it's also one of the principles of motivation. A school head should be prepared to delegate authority to capable people, not just anybody or those that are capable among staff. So from time to time, he given authority to delegate. So in this way, to act. In this way, a person's post is enhanced, and this serves as a means of personnel development. Hands of personnel development. So with this now, it leads us to look at the how can you help teachers in your school to meet their needs for self-actualization. This is another class activity. So class activity 2. So I want to advise that you pause for a while going through the video to be able to answer the questions. So how can you help teachers in your school to meet their needs for self-actualization? actualization? Or how can you help staff, workers in your organization to meet their needs for self-actualization? Thank you. Welcome back. Also, we have theory of human needs. Theory of human needs. According to Abraham Maslow, human needs occur in hierarchy, that is in graded level of importance. So the basic human needs essential to sustain life are psychological needs such as food, shelter, and clothing. That's the first three needs of human beings. Until these basic needs are satisfied to a considerable degree, the majority of a person's activity will tend to be at this level, and the other levels will provide him with little motivation. So these are the basic needs. One has to do with food, shelter, and also clothing. So very, very important. The three basic needs. Three basic human needs. So as soon as psychological needs are satisfied, other levels of need become important, and this motivate and dominate the behavior of the individual. When these needs are somewhat satisfied, other needs emerge, and so will the needs with higher strength become as soon below. So I try as much as well to show this, but unfortunately, it's not coming up the way it's supposed to. So we've been able to discuss the theory of human needs. So we've been able to discuss the concept of motivation. We've been able to discuss types of motivation, and been able to discuss principles of motivation, and also theories of human needs from Abraham Maslow with the theory. Thank you so very much for your attention. See you in class during live class today.